Moving on to something that maybe is kind of related. A man wrote to Slate saying his wife is incapable of apologizing. He says that whenever she's at fault, her response is to say, oh, that's right, I'm a terrible person and everything is my fault. So that's not a great apology. But Julie, have you ever dealt with someone who is like that or can't apologize?
Yeah, they're weak. I think that's such a big form of weakness. I think that it's unloving, right? And you lose your privileges. When you get to that point where it's like, you can't apologize, membership expired. That's it, you're out. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's harsh.
I think those two words, I'm sorry, are so tricky because I think on the one hand, it's really important to be able to say those words. I feel as an adult, especially, it's important for me to acknowledge when I've hurt somebody's feelings or done something wrong. And it's important to tell that person, I'm sorry to your face and be sincere, but also
be sincere.
It's sincere because that's what I'm saying. It's tricky because that I'm sorry, if it's disingenuous, if it's insincere, it makes the situation worse.
Yeah.
And I feel like growing up, I had family members and boyfriends who were incapable of saying I'm sorry when they were wrong, and they taught me to never be that person as I become an adult. So I will be the first to be like, I'll own that. I don't want you to feel this way. I'm sorry that I said that. And just squash it, because then the trust, first of all, you can move on and move past it, because if there's no I'm sorry, it's still festering. People will move on, but it's still there. It's still in the back of their mind, and I want to move on, and everybody wants that clean slate.
So some people want to move on. They want to say I'm sorry so they can have access.
Yes.
Right? And that's the
What do you
thing.
mean? What do you mean?
You're using the I'm sorry
Okay.
to have access to your life.
Yeah.
Especially when your life is lifing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My life is lifing. No, your membership is expired. You get a few chances.
Yeah.
But the whole, oh, I'm sorry, and you know when it's not sincere. You already know, Andrea. You know what I'm talking about. I know it, Julia. I know it.
I don't know about you, Sin, but I would say having a child has changed it. I am not a good apologizer. I didn't have that modeled in my home. It was a home of tough love.
Right.
And we were kind of raised to be tough, which is you don't say sorry,
You buy food.
You keep going. And, maybe a little bit.
You hungry? Make your dinner. I make your dinner.
But that's why, some people will say that children are a wonderful gift to parents to allow you to heal old wounds.
Yep.
And if you're open to that, right? And so it's much easier for me to apologize to my daughter, because quite frankly, I don't want to be paying for her therapy in 20 years when...
Especially when there's a tariff on that.
there's a tariff on that. So that I find that she's been very healing to teach me how to apologize, because I never learned how to do
I
that.
helped my mom later in life. My mom, 70s, 80s, 80-year-old, and learned how to say I'm sorry, but she'd be like, sorry, you hungry?
Yeah.
So for a particular generation, I think I remember one apology I ever got from my parents. We weren't modeled it, and I am trying to model that. We've been dealing with Jaya right now because his habit, and tell me if there are any parents who can recognize this scenario, he'll do something, like let's say he knows not to bounce a ball in the house, but he bounces the ball in the house and then he ends up breaking something, and he'll go, I'm sorry, but why was that thing there? And it's like, no.
That's not
Wait a minute. And so you immediately have to catch, because they don't come out understanding, right?
Not in the Black House.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about Julie Black.
Yeah. You're hiding. Yeah.
But it's true. I have to teach him about, like, we've been having long conversations about you can't apologize and then blame it on the other person.
because it's disingenuous.
But we know we've met adults that's exactly how they learned how
But
to
I do have
it.
an apology for Julie. I'm sorry that I have not acknowledged that beautiful engagement ring on your...
Closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.